Welcome to the channel, everybody. Leveling Diecast. We are covering Majorette Limited Edition Series number 10. This is the newest limited edition to drop. Every single one has its own little niche, little theme like that. Something special to it. But how did we get to Series 10? Well, we'll start with Series number 1. Series number 1 was basically, for the most part, they were just kind of matte finished. There really wasn't anything really to talk about really for Series 1. This was one of the more sought-after ones from Series 1, the GTR. But nothing really fancy, nothing really going on with Series number 1, which was kind of weird. Series 2 came along, though, and they got their own little niche. It was neon colors. So there was a little bit of a brightness to this, a little bit of a 90s vibe, I guess you can say, to it. And, of course, each limited edition series have had 6 cars, so we're not just limited to the ones we're showing. Series 3 came along, and that brought us our first chrome editions. They were all different colors, but they were chrome finish. This one happens to be in chrome purple, the Dodge Viper, which looks pretty good. That one was all right. It was all right. And then came Series 4, and Series 4 is the only one that I don't actually physically have one model from, which is just bonkers. But Series 4 was glow in the dark, which was actually really cool. I actually wanted to get my hands on these, but it just never really panned out to get my hands on those, unfortunately. All right, moving on to Series number 5. Series number 5 was Zamek style, so they were all Zamek models, full prints and stuff like that, but just Zamek base, nothing really fancy. They're nicely coated Zameks too, so not like full raw Zameks or anything like that. Series number 6, these were color changers, so you do get these wet, put some warm water or whatever, and it will change colors. I think this one changes to a blue color. It was all right. It was all right. I feel like color changers have kind of missed their mark these days. Series number 7 was pretty good. It was matte finishes, kind of matte metallic finishes, which was kind of weird. It was actually a really cool set. This is probably the hardest one to find in the whole mix, this particular version of the Nismo GT3. So that was pretty cool. That was actually a pretty good release. Took a little bit to get that one complete, but I do have that one complete. I do have most of these sets complete. I don't have Series 2 complete. Unfortunately, Series 2 came out right after they exited, right after Toys R Us died here in the U.S., unfortunately. Series number, what are we on, 7? Series 7, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Series 8. Series 8, my apologies. Series 8 was camo, so urban camo, as a matter of fact. That was a really cool series. I thought the urban camo was super cool. They also started doing ones that were exclusive to like multi-packs and stuff, so it wasn't just the standard 6-car release. They kind of expanded a little bit. I think it ended up being like maybe 8 or 9 total cars, something like that. And then Series number 9. Series number 9 was all black and gold. So it was a pretty cool kind of change up to the rest of the mixes, going to black and gold. I thought black and gold was actually a pretty cool one for Series number 9. They also did this for multi-packs and stuff. There were some additional ones and stuff, just like Series number 10. So what is the niche for Series number 10? Well, I don't know, but I'm going to tell you that I'm just going to assume it's Color Rush. I'm going to call it Color Rush because it basically all of these are like, I don't know, they're kind of neonish. It kind of incorporates almost every other limited edition in some capacity, which is very interesting. This one we're going to take a look at. First one, Lamborghini Countach LPI 800-4. This is a pretty new casting from Majorette. This is not the first release. It's only the maybe the second or third particular release for this particular casting. Pop these guys out. Of course, all of limited edition will have moving parts, moving features. So we'll get that door down there. There is our Lamborghini Countach. Of course, it does have suspension. There's 0 wheel travel in the front. This one has like some hexagonal kind of decos on the back. It actually looks pretty cool. I think the color combination is actually pretty cool too. Super matte finish on this one. Matte black looks fantastic. There's your Lambo symbol. Exact same details on this side. The print on the door is not anywhere near the color of the interior. But it looks good from the top here. The hexagonal looks pretty close to the interior, but that particular print right there just doesn't line up. Does have opening doors. See if I can get this one open. There we go. There is the Lambo doors right there. They just go straight up, nothing fancy. Again, green interior. This one's all right. It's a nice departure from the norm. There is your base D. It's 1/66th scale. So this one is a tad on the smaller side than what we'd normally get. So we're going to kind of just stick these guys in the front for now. We're just going to roll through. All right, Ford F-150 Raptor. No, it is not a Raptor. That is not a Raptor. But they can call it a Raptor. It's perfectly fine. They do have, after all, the license from Ford. So they want to call it a Raptor. They can call it a Raptor. This one in white and blue. Next one up for series number 10. Get this guy out of there. I particularly like this color combination. I think the white and blue looks especially nice, especially on a Ford. I think that's just a very fitting color combination. You'll notice the blue window on this one makes for blue headlights, which is actually kind of a cool look to it. I actually kind of like that a little bit. It says Ford there on the front. There's a little bit of print in there to kind of emboss show the embossment of that Ford. It says Ford F-150 on the side. This is their newer off-road wheel. Of course, still has suspension, which is pretty good. This one does have opening doors. Nothing particularly fancy with that. I do like the black print for the B pillars there. A little bit of black print on the hood as well. A couple of blue stripes. Looks good. Notice this is an all-metal casting. Even the bed is metal. Not something you'll ever see from Hot Wheels or Matchbox. They will always be plastic. A little bit of print on the back. Looks good. It says F-150 Raptor on the back. Comes with a tow hitch. Taillights are perfecto. See them from the side. See them from the back. Majorette makes excellent stuff. They don't mess around. And then there is your interior for your F-150. The door is a little bit short, but it doesn't look bad. It looks good when the door is closed. And then there is your base deets here. This one is 1/74th scale, so obviously much smaller by comparo, but it's a relatively large casting compared to the rest of Majorette models. All right, Renault Clio 16S. This is a very new casting. Very new casting. This is either the second or third release as well. This one looks fantastic in black and purple. This one, just for some reason, when I look at it, I just instantly think of Blade Runner for some reason. Just the deal. Just makes me think of Blade Runner. Just the shape of the car and stuff like that. You do have a little Renault symbol there in the front. Lensed headlights are actually really cool on this one because it gives that purple headlight look, which I think is just a super cool kind of custom look to it. I really like this one a lot. This one looks good. That is one of their newer multi-spoke wheels with some super low-profile tire. I mean, they're all one piece, but, you know, gives that look of a low-profile tire. The purple striping on the side looks good. Does have, again, like the purple window, giant doors on this guy. Just enormous doors. Very little detail on the inside of the door panel, but it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Prints on the back look good as well. Does say Renault Clio. There we go. See, it's a hook assembly model where the plate is the base. Speaking of the base, there is the base deets, 1/53rd scale. So this one is a little bit on the oversized for its scale as well. We'll put that there. You see how ridiculously off those two are for sure. All right, this one should be relatively popular, although I'm not really sure how people necessarily like the finish on it. Nissan GTR. Just continuing to roll with the GTRs. One of the few Japanese cars that they had until just recently. They're going Japanese super heavy. So this one is full matte white. And I really like when the lights kind of do that, where they reflect off of the plastic of the windows, but just get completely absorbed by the matte finish of the paint. I just like that look. It just looks cool. This one does have opening doors, has that really nice wheel on there. I really like that wheel. I think it fits this car exceptionally well. Orange is the alternate color with this one. Of course, orange window on there gives your orange headlights. You do have a GTR symbol right there in the front. Looks pretty good. Almost looks like it's illuminated, kind of like it's kind of like a neon finish. The doors have never really opened all that far on the GTR. They're really, really stiff. You see there's quite a bit of detail on the inside of the door panel, which is pretty nice. They have several versions of this casting. They got ones with opening hood. They even have one, I think, with an opening trunk, if I remember. Maybe just the opening hood. But it does have 2 moving features in the premium versions. Prints on the back, nothing super fancy, just some pretty basic prints. Same details on this side with the little orange striping and whatnot. Base details here. This one is 1/62nd scale, so pretty close to being spot on. Of course, still suspension as you'd expect. All Majorette stuff does that for the most part, unless you get into the street cars. A little bit lower tier. All right, Renault Megane RS. This is also a very new casting. This one looks absolutely fantastic. See, this one's got a little bit of that like Zamek vibe to it. So we don't really have anything here that's like particularly like color changes or anything, but I think for the most part, this has been a pretty good collaboration of previous generations of limited edition. I have no idea if that's what they're going for, but that's just kind of the way that I view it. Kind of a best of, so to speak. But this one looks fantastic. It is not Zamek, but it does give that Zamek look. Super awesome, brilliant silver. Such a cool color on this one. Silver and yellow, such a great combination. Yellow on the roof here. That is a matte finish for that yellow, which is actually it's kind of a satin finish. It looks excellent. Again, that newer kind of multi-spoke wire wheel. Suspension on this guy as well. Yellow windows give for yellow headlights. I love the look of that. That looks super good. There is your Renault symbol on the front again. Details on the side. This guy has an opening hatch in the back. There it goes. Looks fantastic. Again, yellow to match with the window. Prints on the taillights look good. The hatch folds up, closes pretty good. There's a little notch in there in case you have trouble getting it open. And then there is your base deets. Of course, they're always made in Thailand. This one happens to be 1/63rd scale, so very close. Not quite there, but it's very close. And of course, Majorette loves the hot hatches, by the way. All right, last one up in limited edition basic release number 10. This is the Porsche 911 GT3 Cup, the 992. This is a similar deco to the first, or one of the first issues for this particular Porsche casting here. The first deco on it was actually in a mint green color, Porsche edition. Got a couple of colors since then. The deluxe version one, though, in chrome is definitely the best one. But I don't have that one yet. So they basically, this one is that chrome version, just in silver. Does have Porsche printed on the back. Looks good. This wing is a little bit droopy, but it is plastic, nothing fancy. You can just kind of work it, probably just from getting warm and then cooling off. So that does say Porsche on the side. So Porsche. I think it's super cool. And then, of course, there is some print on the wheels, which just say Majorette, which look good. Again, another really good wheel. Suspension on there. Lensed headlights on this one. Porsche banner on there. Red striping on the top looks fantastic. Porsche symbol on the hood. No crazy window color on this one, but they do have the red interior to kind of match, again, kind of a Zamek-ish kind of look. Opening doors on this one, they open enormously wide, super gigantic wide. Basically zero detail on the inside of the door panel, which is weird. I feel like the ones that open the biggest have the least amount of detail to them. But you can see that is an actual race interior. There's only one single racing seat. Very interesting that it's a left-hand drive as well. But I'll take it. I think it's cool. There is your base deets right there. 1/62nd scale. So what else do we have that was 1/62nd scale? So apparently these two cars are exactly scaled to each other according to Majorette. So let's kind of put those guys in the back, kind of doing like that. So there you go. That is limited edition Series 10. A big old smorgasbord of good old Majorette action. Let me know what you guys think about those. Let me know if you guys have all limited edition series. I got to give me at least one of them glow-in-the-dark ones because I don't have any yet. So anyways, we're going to roll out. Appreciate you guys. Catch you next time on Level M. Peace!